Yes. Welcome to another episode of Ro Lamb Live. I am your host. My name is Ro Lamb. And today I am joined by a special guest, my guy, D Ajayi. Am I saying that right? D Ajayi?
Yes, the Ajayi.
I Ayi,
Just
my
that.
bad.
Two,
Ajayi.
two out,
Okay.
two over three for the.
Yes. We here. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Today we're going to be talking about all of his work and his creativity. We're going to be talking about a little some life things. You know what I'm saying? We might get a little controversial tonight. We'll see. We'll see.
A little bit.
Um, but before we do that, the first thing, like I said, thank y'all for tuning in. Also, if you want to support the show, the link is scrolling down at the bottom. You can buy me a coffee. Thank you so much in advance. And also, don't forget to like this, subscribe to the channel, share this with somebody you know. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into my favorite question. The question
All
that I love
right.
to start with: what is inspiring you right now, D?
Oh man, what does inspire me? Couple shows. Um, Dark Matter. That's a good. It's like
Oh
a
yeah.
time travel show.
Yep. Have
That,
you read the
that's.
book?
I've not.
Okay,
Is it worth
okay.
it?
The book is great for sure.
Oh, I'm gonna pick it up. So Dark Matter. Severance.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Mm-hmm.
went back and watched Primer. It's another time travel movie. It's an indie time travel movie.
Okay.
Primer.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
So I'm
definitely
in a
got to check
sci-fi
that.
kick. I'm on a little bit of a sci-fi kick
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
past few months. So those are definitely the three on top.
yeah. I got to check out Primer. I've actually never heard of that. Um,
Yeah, it was an indie film, and it's one of my favorite reinterpretations of time travel
okay.
that I've seen. So yeah, Primer definitely. I always sing Primer's praises when I can.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Okay. For myself, I like I said offline to you, I was talking about Heroes Con. We just
mm,
did Heroes Con this past weekend,
fire.
and I feel very inspired by just being at Heroes Con, right? Getting the opportunity
Yeah,
to be around other creators, also meeting people who are reading Scarlet Ranger. I had a couple of people come up to the table and say, "Hey, I got the first two issues. I need number three, or I
fire.
got number one. I need two and three."
That's what I'm
Um,
talking about.
and so that's just always a great feeling. You know what I'm saying? Um, Something else that happened was I was talking to somebody and I was like, man, we got a link. We gotta do some stuff. Man, I gotta get you on the show. I do this show, Rolam Live, boom, boom, boom. And somebody who was standing off to the side, if I remember correctly, his name was Brunson. I think he was a creator as well. He said,
Honestly.
oh, that's where I know you from. You do the show Rolam Live. I said, oh, have we made it? I think we made it.
Yeah, you got legs.
Oh man, but that was just cool. You know what I'm saying? It was
That's
just
dope.
cool, like somebody recognized me from my conversation show. You feel me? So
That's dope.
yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, yeah. And
It-
honestly, I love yours. I probably can count on my hand how many podcasts I'm actually checking out, but I can't miss yours because I love the introspection. I like the way you break it down. So
man,
rightfully so, well deserved.
man, I appreciate
Makes
that,
me
brother. I appreciate that.
humble. So.
This is funny. This is funny right here because this is the first question, Danny. No lie, bro. No lie. When he got on the call, the first thing I asked him was, "How you get your name like that,
I
bro?
got a
How you
right-handed
doing
keyboard.
that?" It's crazy out here, man. It's magic. It's magic going on somehow, some way. You feel me? Um, but yes. So my next question that I love to ask,
Yeah.
what is your personal definition of creativity?
Mm, creativity to me. I think creativity is your ability to take familiar information and reinterpret it.
Mm,
Um, and I feel like it's a spectrum, right? So like the further you go from the original concept, that it leads to like a deeper understanding of that concept or whatever you're trying to present. I
Yeah.
think that's the more creative you are. So uh, uh, the theory of relativity versus like a ball being wrapped in cloth and being dropped from like a building, right? So like same formula, but you reinterpreted it
Mm,
for another audience. So I think the more creative you are, it's more about how you reinterpreted something that's already been done, but it led to a deeper understanding of that thing. So like I love you versus like I can't breathe without you. You know what I mean?
right,
So
right,
that's
right.
the way I've always seen creativity.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, and I love how you put that because as you were talking, I was just thinking about how like the person that discovered fire, right? Whoever
Mm.
that was that discovered fire, I presume that there's already the materials are there to make fire.
Facts. Yeah.
And so then it's just a matter of like, okay, so if I do this, oh, what was that happened? You know what I'm saying? Then it's like,
Hmm.
well, let me try that again, right? And so it's like
Yep.
I'm not really pulling anything out of thin air. I'm just taking
Right.
things that are there and I'm
Exactly.
finding new ways to use it or implement it, right?
Correct. 100%. So like the cavemen that struck stones
Right.
and then the lighter. You know what I'm saying? Like we're
Right.
talking, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Same
Right.
same concept, but like way more creative, more maybe more accessible. So absolutely, just exactly just like what you said. So none of
Right.
them created fire, but they both reinterpreted how it could be
Right.
ignited. So
Right. Right. For sure. For sure. So for those who may be tuning in right now and don't know who you are, what you do, can you give your, you know, your introduction, your pitch? Like
yes,
who are you?
yes, absolutely. I am a Ajayi. I'm a system engineer, but on the tech side, but writer, creator, storyteller, indie filmmaker, creating currently the Shadows verse, um, and I've created a book called O Kingdom Come, and prior to that, I did a film named A Fatherhood Tale. So that was
Oh,
like from end to the beginning.
yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, okay. So, um, specifically, because I was introduced to you around through comic books, right?
Okay.
So, what drew you to the comic book medium specifically?
Oh man, so great question. So I just came off. So I used to write since I was like 8 or 9 or 10, can't remember. But I would always write my sister's in film in Africa, and I'd always write it. And she's my oldest sister. I'm the youngest of four. Um, and I'd write something up, and I'm like, oh, check this out. What do you think? And it'd always be these massive, epic films with I'd write it all out, and she's like, this is great, D, but I don't have 200 million to help you with this, but I keep doing it. So I just kept writing and writing. And then 2020-ish, I did that again, and I was like, let me try something intimate. I'm a bit older. I'm a little bit more mature. So I wrote I just had my daughter, um, and I wrote a tale about a father that's having trouble connecting with his daughter.
Mm.
And I'm like, oh, this is nice. And I was writing it. And I sent it to her, and she's like, yo, that's crazy. Like, let's shoot this. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. What do you mean, let's shoot this? So she came down. We got like a small crew, and we did a table read. And they're reading it, and they're bawling. They're like crying and shit. I'm like, oh man, I'm nice. Like, okay, like, all right, everyone. You know what I'm saying? I guess I'm doing
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
So we shot it, and then while we're shopping it around for the script, they're like, "Wow, this is really good. Am I working on anything else?" And I'm like, "Man, I have this epic African tribal war. I'd love to do if I could. I'd love to do it if I could with like one of the producers." And I sent it to them, and they were like, "Yeah, this is amazing, but like something scale like this, you want like a following, right? You go in
yeah.
with like you don't just make something like this out of scratch." So
Right.
okay, yeah, I guess like a novel, I guess to try a novel. Like, yeah, yeah, try a novel and then see where it goes. I'm like, okay, so I'm writing a novel for the first time, and I'm like describing the the print and the fabric and the patterns. I'm like, bro, this is gonna take forever,
Right.
and I don't want to miss it because it's important. It's part of the world, like the print and the smells.
Right. Right.
Uh,
Right.
so I'm like, man, can I like let me get it? Let me try a graphic novel of this story. Um, so that's what drew me to trying a graphic novel. I looked up what are the best graphic novels, Got
Mm.
Sandman. Um, got the Invisibles. Um, uh, some other ones. Those hard. It was hard to draw inspiration for what I was trying to do.
Yeah.
But I got them to see what kind of how am I writing this dialogue wise. Um, that's why I fell in love with the medium because I love the idea of being limited to a frame
Right.
and not a moving frame, but being
Right.
limited to a frame, but being able to express an emotion in that frame.
Right.
It's the limiting of it like makes it something different. So I love that action of it. And that's where I fell in love with it, fell in love with the community. And yeah, it was all throughout. I became obsessed after that.
Yeah. 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 Um, One thing that I did want to ask you about as well was I saw you say, I can't remember the specifics. I should have wrote this down, but you were born in America, born in
Yeah.
Miami, right?
Yes.
But you
Yeah.
grew up in Africa, somewhere in Africa, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Where was that?
Nigeria. So I grew up in
Nigeria.
Lagos, Nigeria.
So you grew up in Nigeria and then you moved
Yeah.
back
Back
here
for
for
college.
for college.
Yeah.
I wonder, first of all, I don't know if I'm sure that's happened to other people, but I haven't really heard it that way, right? And so
Yeah.
I wonder how that has sort of shaped your perspective as a storyteller.
Oh, 100%. Uh, I left Miami when I was 10, and
Okay.
then went to middle school. I guess middle school and high schools together. Middle
Yeah.
school, high
Okay.
school, then came back. So, a couple of things is I left as '99, so I missed 2000s. I missed Static Shock. I missed 2001. I missed
Yeah.
the military complex that started after 9/11.
Yeah.
So I missed all that. Um, and then coming back a little bit of culture shock. So
Mm.
yeah, I have a very interesting view of like different cultures because I got to blend in. I didn't really. You can like go to a place for a few years and you never really acclimate, and
Right.
I already acclimated to both. So
Mm.
so that kind of shaped the way I see things a lot. Absolutely. I
Yeah.
would say. So I remember I was working at a sandwich place, and this guy would call me. He was calling me a coon. I didn't know what that meant. So I was like, "Oh, what's up?" I was like, "What's up?"
He said, "That's
What's,
me."
I was like,
Hey.
"What's going on?" This guy, what's up?
Yeah.
White dude too. It was a white guy calling me. Oh, bro, horrible.
Yo.
And there was this girl, and I don't think the specifics, but I had relations with this girl later. But so he used to call you a coon. I'm like, yeah, we cool. He's like, nah, he was. It's a bad word. I'm like, oh.
That is
So that was
hilarious.
yeah. So yes, a lot of things I did not know that I had to learn on the fly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it absolutely shaped my view of things in writing and in general.
So in what ways though? Like how like
So
specifically, yeah, go ahead.
no. Man. I've noticed even like I always welcome conversation because I do know that there's a gap in understanding things sometimes.
Mhm.
Um, like uh, uh like the Coon situation. My man was clueless,
He was out
100%,
here.
bro.
Yeah.
I had no idea what was going on. Because
Right.
it's true. It's true. Um, there's things I didn't get like pure like I had perfect. I have a cousin, same royal whatever bloodline, but we had an opposite upbringing. So he
Mm.
was born in Nigeria, and he came here when he was 10, and then he didn't
Mm.
go back. So he said, but I
Okay,
went
okay.
back. So we
Right,
had
right.
a different things, and he has this like peer pressure thing. So like uh it's weird because it's hard to describe. Like we'd go to a party and I'm wearing the Thriller jacket, right?
Mhm.
And it's Orlando, so it's predominantly white area. And they're like, "Hey, yeah, you got to dance for us." I'm like, "I'm not dancing for y'all." Well, I don't know y'all, I'm not dancing for y'all. But there was a dude there's like, "Nah, just entertain. Like this is how you fit in." Like I'm like, it doesn't work. So like little things like that I noticed, but I didn't go to high school here. Like I didn't
Right.
have prom. Like, there's so many things that was different, that I can tell that like there's a difference in my interaction with people. So,
Right.
but yes, Clueless. Clueless is a lot of it, as Danny said.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's very, very interesting for sure.
Yeah.
Um, so can you talk a little bit about what your creative process is like, right? How do you go from, that original idea to this finished, graphic novel or film or whatever that finished product is? What does
Yeah.
your creative process just generally look like?
Process.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it depends. So I have like two. So if there's something I really want to do, so I have a book I really want to dedicate to my mother after Shada's is done. So I already know what that's gonna be. So that I'm building. I've written it down somewhere, and I'm kind of building that in the corner of my mind somewhere. And then I have a bunch of concepts that are like half baked,
Mm,
that I just write down. Like, oh, this would be fire, and I just write it down. And then what will probably happen, similar to what happened with Shot, is that I'll probably make an amalgam of some of those half baked ideas into one.
yeah.
Um, so it'd be that versus I know I want to. I'm determined to make a certain thing versus
Right.
like an
Right.
amalgam thing. So that's typically how I done. I let it sit and like, oh, this will fit here. This will fit here. Um, like I'm working on just in the back of my head like this show kind of like From. It's on right now.
Mhm.
And I was sitting on it since before From. I'm like, damn it, they made an island show. But it's not similar. It's not too similar to what I wanted to do. So I'm still working on that. But that's like in the back of my head. But I have plots that I've written down somewhere else that I might slide into it,
Right.
as needed. So
Right.
it's
Yeah.
those two paths I actually take.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So you get the idea, and then what are you an outliner or are you like a plotter? Like what's your
Um,
process?
Man, so I get the idea, and I feel like I have to see it from at least I have to see at least A and C. So from A
Okay.
to C, I
Yeah.
still need I need the beginning, I need the end to make sense.
Yeah. Right, right, right,
Um,
right,
and then I'm like, yeah, the middle, I can, I can. That's where I'll live. I'll live in the middle.
right.
But yeah, so I get an idea. Okay, so if it's an amalgam, I'm like, all right, cool. So this is the concept. How do I want this arc to end? So I get that part down. I want this to end this way, and like, okay, so let's write that down, and then let's get there. Let's make this bridge to get to C.
Right.
So I always write the ending first.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I like what you said about the idea amalgam
yeah,
because I sort of do that too, not as organized. Like I don't think about it like that, but like
mhm,
I'll have an idea for something and I'll say, oh, that's cool. And I'll let it sit. It'll just sit
yeah.
there.
You got to.
And then it'll be a couple months later, I'll have another idea for something. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Now both of these ideas are sitting and I'm thinking they're two different things.
Yeah,
And then I'll have another idea for something. So now all three things are just sort of sitting. And I'm like, I got three stories I'm working on. And then one day
yeah.
I'll say, wait a minute, all these things can go together. And now I
That's
got this
right.
big thing that I'm working on, right? So I probably
Yeah,
need to organize it like you do it, but it's not
yeah.
organized for me. It's just happening. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
it's barely, bro. If I where's my OneNote? It's barely. It's like a line. I'm like, I'll think of a line. Oh, that'd be a dope line. I just write the line down. It's
Right. Sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes
it's
that's all
just a
you
list
need.
somewhere.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, it's just on a
So
OneNote.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So what's your favorite part of the process?
Oh man. I think the making the bridge from A to C.
Okay, okay.
C is the most enjoyable because I'm like, ooh, this is gonna hit when we get there.
Right,
So
right,
I
right,
gotta
right,
make sure that when it's getting to that C, that I make it worth it. So like if I have a
Mm,
big twist, I like twist in my writing. I gotta make sure the build up to the twist is worth it. So
yes,
so that's the part that
yes,
I actually enjoy because that's more like a puzzle than
yeah,
creating. It's more like I'm putting puzzle pieces together. But the C is kind of just raw, and then getting to C is the puzzle putting together part.
yeah, yeah, for sure. So switching gears a little bit,
Yeah.
there's been this conversation that I've been coming across, on YouTube and social media, and it's this conversation around black representation in
Mhm.
stories and
Yeah.
comic books and movies and things of that nature. Um, and I came across one of your interviews actually, and you were talking about your graphic novel "O Kingdom Come,"
Yeah.
and somebody commented and they they were mentioning how they used to teach. I think they said in Brazil, and
Yeah.
there were children who came across your book, and they said I could see all the black children's eyes light up.
Yeah.
And I just wonder if you could speak to, your approach and what you think about representation, black, specifically black representation in media, and why it was important. Because when you read the comment, you said that's what it's all about. And that's, I
Yeah.
just wonder if you could just speak to, your approach and why that representation is important, for your storytelling.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Shoot, we were just talking about, we both have kids. I think it's so important to know that, for kids to know that they take up space, right? So
Yeah.
they take up space in this world. Um, and it's not even an intentional thing. I think it's just, growing up in a predominantly white country, um, it's really easy to become the sidekick or be put to the side. And then when you have media where you're front and center, I think that does something for, like, your, your mental, that, oh, I could be president. I could just, to think a little bit higher. Um, and I really liked what I was able to do. I wanted it to make sense, obviously. But I really liked about O Kingdom Come is that I didn't really have to, you make things, and it's the internet. You make things and be like, oh, why did you make this person black? Why? And I didn't have to explain that to anyone because I'm talking about the freaking Nubians in there. Like,
Right,
you
right.
can't say a damn thing. You
Right.
check in or check out. So to not have to explain that, and you shouldn't feel like it's an obligated that you have to explain to people. But the idea that they just had to shut up and just pay attention to it because of that
Right.
concept
Right.
was really cool. But yeah, I think it's really important because your imagination is the thing that drives you towards whatever you're going towards life. It's your imagination first, and then all your other realities start to set in.
Yeah.
So really important with
Yeah.
kids, and even creating wise. I used to write a lot of my older stories. The person in my characters were white when I was
Yeah.
writing. Like, they were just by default.
Yeah.
So it's almost something you have to almost get. Now it feels weird for me to write weird white
Mhm.
characters, and you
Yeah.
have to kind of write your way out of
Right.
that thing, kind of, unless you're just used to writing white characters. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but yeah, so that's really it. Just so the kids can see something different, and people in general can just be inspired.
Yeah. Yeah. I totally agree. I remember I was having a conversation with I was probably in high school, maybe college at the time, and I was talking to a friend of mine who's white, and
But
we were talking about superheroes or something like that. And I think I mentioned like I wanted to see more black superheroes. And the response to that was, why? You have professional athletes. And I was
damn.
like, what? Like, and I don't think
It's not.
I
It
think
wasn't. Yeah, it's not even vicious. It's not even
it
negative.
wasn't malicious. It wasn't
Malicious.
like, I think he literally was thinking like, you have
Yeah.
real people to look up to, and we have fictional. Like, I think he was trying to like be
Just
cool
yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
But I was still thinking to myself, like, I still want to see black people as superheroes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Why wouldn't
Um,
you?
yeah, and so I think I've been seeing this conversation more and more on YouTube, and I want to have like some panels and some more discussions around it, because
Yeah.
I think there are more perspectives that need to be explored around this topic. You know what I'm saying? And
100%.
some of these perspectives are not going to be popular necessarily, but I
Yeah.
think the conversation is just going to be good for us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I agree. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I tune into
Another
that all day.
Yeah, for sure. Another thing about O Kingdom Come that I found really I haven't read this. I want to read this book. I'm gonna read it one day. I know I am somehow,
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I think is interesting about the story is that it's a mixture of historical and fiction, right? So you have like the
Hmm.
historical, it's about the fall of the Nubian Empire. So it's like
Correct.
there's something historical there, but it is
Yeah.
a fictionalized, right? Like
Correct.
reinterpretation of it, right?
Yeah.
So one of the questions that I wanted to ask you about is, how do you think about, or how do you approach um fictionalizing
Mm,
real life cultures, right?
yeah,
What's the line between
the
okay,
line.
this is historical and this is where I'm gonna take some creative license?
Yeah, absolutely. No, thank you for that. So, I approached that one really well. I did a lot of research. I reached out to Renoko Rashidi. He's
Yes,
passed
yes,
now. He's a
yeah.
historian.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
So what I did was the tribes involved were fictional. So I based them off of cardinal sins. So there were different African dialects for lust, pride, wrath, all the sins, gluttony, all that. So I turned those into I told those to the tribe. So now, uh, because I'm from Nigeria, and I know that there's a pride in with each tribe. There are definitely cultures that they'll know, like people from specific tribes will know, like, oh, that's us that he's talking about. So that's I use that, but I use the names of the tribes are all fictional, but the characteristics of them they know exist, and that was just for authenticity. It just fit too well. So yeah, as long as I think I'm not calling out anyone out by their name,
Right.
I think I was safe
Yeah.
with that, and I think it would be similar. Like I'm honoring the tribe rather than trying to obfuscate them in some way.
So did you have any like pushback or was there any controversy you experienced around it?
No, no.
Okay.
Yeah, I think naming them those tribes the way I did kept me out of it, but like I see what you did there, kind of thing.
Right, right, right.
So it was more of a and the like the Igbos are the Igbo tribe. God, why did I do that already? The Igbo tribe is known to be industrious.
Okay.
I'll
Okay.
put it that way. Industrious. So I just come and they know they're industrious, but they don't want to be told that they're industrious.
Right, right.
But yeah, I still spun it being industrious. There's bad sides to it and there's good sides to it. Like any other characteristic. So that was the balance I used.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
so nobody
For-
cut my head off.
Yeah. That's something that I think about a lot, especially as somebody who um is from America, never been to Africa,
Yeah,
but I want to honor Africa in my
yeah,
storytelling, right? Like
yeah,
I write epic fantasy, like I'm working on my first epic fantasy novel, and I
yeah,
don't want to tell a story that's like medieval European, like whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like I
yes,
want to tell a story that is like medieval Africa, somewhere in Africa. You know
yes,
what I'm saying? And so,
yeah,
but I also don't want to disrespect anybody. I don't want to
100%.
offend
Yeah,
anybody.
yeah,
And so I've been figuring out what that line looks like, right? Like what
yeah.
is that going to be
Yeah.
like for me? You know what I mean? So that's why I
Yeah,
was
man.
asking.
Get either if you haven't if work with somebody,
Yeah,
um even if it's just for the dialect, maybe like if you're using specific languages,
yeah,
that alone will they'll, oh, I saw you wrote this here, like maybe this means this. That alone's gonna be like it'll take it to a whole new level.
game changer
Just
for
that
sure,
part, just even
for
just the
sure,
language.
for
Yeah.
sure.
So and then you'll see how different and how authentic you can get some stuff from the continent on it.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Thank you for that. That's great. That's great
No,
advice.
100%. Yeah,
Um,
I want to see more of that, man. That's. I was telling Dion's a friend of mine. I was telling him, like, man, like we're looking at all the movies and everything coming on. I'm like, man, we got the juice right now, man. There's like everything's been done and redone,
yeah,
and there is a push, obviously, with this administration to have more Yellowstones and stuff like that. But like the people that stories have not been told about is what is interesting right now.
right,
Like
right.
so. Someone's gonna figure it out and be like, you know what, let's put some money in this. So everyone should just get ready, put those stories out, and wait
Yeah,
for the gold rush.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So now let's talk a little bit about the Shatas verse.
All
Um,
right,
what is the Shatas verse? What is it?
the
Yeah, talk to us
Shada's
about
verse,
that.
man. Shadaverse was an amalgam of a few things. Um, I was really excited about this movie that was coming out in '08 called Jumper, um, and it disappointed me. I did not love it. I love the concept, and that happens to me a lot. I'll love a concept, and I'll be like, "Damn!" Like it's kind of like I can't touch this concept again because of what you've done with this concept. It's a weird thing
Mm,
I have, and that was one of those concepts I felt was like underutilized.
Yeah.
So I was sitting on a teleportation concept, and after Kingdom Come, just kind of looking at the space, and always being on some cast, having discussions. I'm like, man, I'd love like a hunting team that traverses the multiverse, taking out heroes, um, specific heroes that meet a certain criteria. So I'd love that, so I can play with it, because I liked what Invincible did. I like what the boys did, where they kind of subverting the hero genre.
Right.
So I wanted to kind of play in that space of subversion.
Right.
So that's how Shadowverse was born.
Okay. Okay. So when I was looking at the site, um, the tagline on that first homepage, in an age of knockoffs, are your heroes safe? That's the tagline, correct?
Yes,
Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
the tagline.
So I guess when I read that, one of the questions that I had was, in light of that, what do you hope that the Shotters verse is going to bring to the market that you don't see right now?
Um, that I don't see. I would like more discussion. So I would like more subversion tales. So
Okay.
more similar to what Invincible did. Stuff more similar to what the boys did, in a sense, where it's kind of subverting expectations of what a hero story is.
Mm.
One show I really loved that got canceled was Cloak and Dagger. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Underrated. The performances in that were incredible, but it was this subversion idea. It was before, obviously. I think it was at the height of George Floyd. Um,
Yeah.
so there was that part, but there was a big subversion of the genre of what it means to be a hero,
Yeah.
and not everyone's gonna put on the cape and just run into danger. You know what I mean? So
Right.
more subversion tales, more deconstructions of something that we're all very familiar with, right?
Right.
That's what I'm hoping that it brings more inspiring of that idea, and a guardrail of to be as driven as you can with your concept, so that it doesn't get called out in some way.
Right.
Just more like a guardrail. Like, oh, how like donkey of the day, you're
Uh-huh.
supposed to, and then something like that for comics.
Mm.
So hoping that it would be something like that, a discussion starter for comics.
Yeah. Yeah. So speaking of discussion starters,
Hmm.
one of the things that you're really good at is starting
Oh,
discussions.
wow! Uncalled
No,
for, sir.
that
Uncalled
segue was
for.
cold. That segue was cold though. But you're really good at starting discussions, right?
Okay,
And so
put it that way.
I do want you to speak to, I don't know, what is this, like 2 or 3 months ago? You had a
Okay.
little bit of a back and forth with a few creators on
Okay.
Facebook, and it was about basically you basically were saying y'all's character is not original. So
Oh, damn.
y'all's characters look like so and so, right? Um,
Okay.
so I just wonder if, I guess you could speak to what it is that you were seeing in the comic book community that inspired you to make that post.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. So, and there was, I mean, it was a good discussion for the
For
most part.
sure. For
I
sure.
don't know how to shed light on that part of the
Yeah.
comic book community without that way.
Right.
Without putting it that way. Uh, um, I know. And funny enough, I put three examples up. Malcolm McFadden, also very driven creator. Probably the least among those three that I felt were like, what's the word, violators when it comes to that.
Violator. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Continue.
I
Continue.
think he was the least, and funny enough, I think he was the least. So it's just the idea that you're creating, and this is me coming from. This is my perspective. When I was 10, 11, I had wrote a script about an underground sport where people are rollerblading and it's illegal and it's a risk thing, right? Wrote it, loved it. It was when I first started writing, so I was always excited about anything I wrote. And I'm walking by the TV and rollerball comes on the trailer, and I'm like, what the fuck? Throw the script away.
Right,
So
right, right.
it's just the concept that you're working on something, and then you see a very similar idea, and you continue with it. That's the thing. I was trying to, and again, I'm very interested in people's reasoning because there might be something I'm missing. I'm very open that there's gaps in my history, like, right? That there's a reason why that's all right.
Yeah,
So I'm always usually looking for answers, less to antagonize, more answers.
for sure.
Um, so it's more of that concept, right? And then especially with some of the other creators there that I was mentioning, like Michael Watson and the guy that made Quezi, like they've worked on these designs for years, and designs aren't cheap. I put up a video of my iterants of the main character from Shatas, what for what it became. Designs aren't cheap; it costs like a few $100s to get a good character design. So for someone to just come in and just it's the same thing. Come on, man.
Right.
What like I can't wrap my hand around why that's okay, especially since it's supposed to be in a community where we're not trying to screw each other over. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it'd be
Right.
different if you're like ripping off. I've seen that where they rip off like Marvel, DC, or whatever. And they do it too. Red Lion,
Right.
what's that other one? Deathstroke, Red
That's stroke
Ryan.
of Deadpool. Right. Right. Right.
You know
Right.
what I mean? They do it as well. But there's such a influx of money there. I felt like I don't see why that's happening at such our level, right?
Yeah.
Um, Especially with those things that you might, infringe on somebody else, or that's also a small time creator.
Right.
That was what I was trying to wrap my head around with the
Yeah.
reasoning. The examples being up, I know that if I didn't put examples up, the answer would be that doesn't happen. That's not
Right.
true. And
Right.
I just okay, well, so let's just cut through those whether it's not true,
Yeah. Yeah.
and let's get to the answer. So that's really it. There's people that are worse than others when it comes to it, but it was really that concept that you're working on something. Um, the Quasi guys actually messaged me about that. He's like, "Thank you so much," um, and I've always wondered like why when you're working on something you're gonna put money in, you're gonna put money in this, you're gonna promote this, and it looks just like this other person. That was just I actually was curious as
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
why people do that. So that was my
Yeah.
reason. John.
Yeah. And I think what's interesting, um, what was interesting to me about the conversation is I thought it was a valid question.
Yes.
Um, and like I said before, I think the examples being put up just made people be like, who is he talking about me? Like what? You know what I'm saying? But it's a valid question. And I think one of the reasons why this happens, I could be wrong about this, but I think one of the reasons why this happens is because a lot of us start writing comic books,
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily because we actually love storytelling, but we like the heroes that we were reading when we
That
were
you were reading. Yep.
growing up, right? And so it's like, oh, well,
Yeah.
I just want to tell my version of Superman. I want to tell
Of
my
that.
version of Batman.
Yeah.
I want to tell my version of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And so it takes a level of like you got to get that out your system in the
I
beginning
got
of
you.
your writing craft, and then like grow and learn. Like, okay, I can't just do what I've seen. I need to take that and amalgamate that into something else. You know what I'm
Into
saying?
something
Into
else.
my
Okay.
own thing, right? So I think that's
Okay.
part of why it happens. You know what I mean?
Okay. So you
Um,
would say that it's beginner level.
that's what I would say. Yeah, yeah. That's what and I would say,
Okay.
there's not a lot of um. So like when I asked you the question about what you would like to see in the market, what I would like to see is more editors,
Mm.
more people who you write your script and you can put your script in their hands and they can say, hey, we probably need to do this, or
Yeah.
we probably need to think about this. You
Yeah.
show them the design and they say, cool, you may not even know about these characters, but this character looks
Exactly.
like this character looks like this character looks like this. So we may need to switch this up a little bit, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't necessarily have that. And so you're just creating, you know what I'm saying? And you may not have the money, you may not have the
Yeah.
resources, the connections. And so you're like, look, let me just create. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just create and put
Yeah.
it out, and then we'll figure it out from there, right? But without that feedback and critique in real time, it's difficult to get better and grow in your craft because you don't necessarily know that you need to grow in your craft. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true. Yeah. I like
Um,
that. I like that.
because it's
Because I was
hard to
also
see
thinking
your
that
own
it's the
flaw. You know
artist.
what I mean? Right.
I was thinking the same thing, that maybe, hey, I want this design. The artist types in black hero on Pinterest, and the last 20 years, that's what's come up, and they just kind of. So I was thinking that. So I was wondering, when you do find out that it looks just like, what then did you do, or what are
Right.
you going to do, or if
Right.
you haven't seen it. So that's what I was wondering. But I like that confident. It might be a beginner level thing. Um, uh, so I could see that. I could definitely
But
see that.
I remember when I first started working on Scarlet Ranger, I reached out to an artist, and the artist said, she said, yeah, I can do, she gave me some price, and then she said, and I can make the character look just like you. And I was like, well, no, I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? Like I have a character, like I have a character design of like what I want him to look like. I don't want him to look like
Yeah,
me. But when she said that to me, I realized like, oh, like I've seen characters out here who the main character looks just like
just like that.
the writer. And I'm like, oh, this is really just like wish fulfillment. This is like a dream come true. I look like a superhero.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
And so I think that's some of why that happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. See,
But
I needed,
but
I
like I
needed,
said,
I needed that. See that? I needed that clarity. You see, you just, you
yeah.
just, you just solved the problem for me.
But I do want to ask you too. Um, Originality seems like something that is really important to you. It seems like that is one of your driving motivations, and I just
Mhm.
wonder where that comes from for you. What is that? Do you know where that comes from?
Man, I feel like you make something. The last thing you want to hear is, "Oh, it's like, oh, it's
Right.
like that other thing
Right.
you didn't make."
Yes.
um,
Yes.
it just feels like that. I feel like you want to be judged on your own merit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that, and that, this kind of goes back to that creativity thing we spoke about, right?
Yeah.
And one person I feel is a bit underrated, and he's not, because he has millions of dollars and he has like multiple shows on TV. But Robert Kirkman.
Mm.
So Robert Kirkman made The Walking Dead, right? You're watching The Walking Dead, and it's just a zombie show, right? You're watching. It's a zombie show. Performances are good, but it's a zombie show. Then, um, either mid finale or something, he does something, and it completely switches it being a zombie show where everyone that dies turns. He
Right.
completely. Now we're in a whole other thing. Everyone that dies turns. So
Right.
that is, to me, when you're working on something, you're kind of, you're doing your best on performances and pacing. You're outpacing. You're trying to work against these other properties that did exactly what you did. That
Right.
you're working the space, and you have the opportunity to set yourself apart from them.
Yeah.
That's where the originality thing I feel like comes. Invincible did the same thing. You're watching Invincible. It's basically Sky High, right?
Yeah.
It's Sky
Yeah.
High, where the guy that doesn't have powers, and his parents are the most famous superheroes in the world. It's Sky
Right.
High, and then Sky High dude kills the fucking Justice League at the end of the episode.
Right.
Now you're in a whole other thing.
What a moment, though, right?
What a
What a
moment!
moment.
It
My
completely is watching
goodness.
superhero show. Woo, this is nice. And he murders the Justice League. So I feel like when you make the steps to separate yourself from whatever thing you're being compared to, that's when that originality comes in.
Yeah.
Because everything's been done under the sun. We hear that all the time. Everything's been done, but you should be actively making the steps to make yourself distinct in that space of a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real quick, I just want to make a quick side note. Ebony, my dog, what's going on? I just want to shout you out. Also, I still need you to sign up. She's supposed to come on the show, and
Oh
I've
shit.
sent her the link maybe multiple times, and she just has not. You know what I'm saying? She has not signed up to be on the show. I don't know what's going on. But
Happy pull up. Come
it is what it is. You feel me? It is what it is. I love you, Ebony. Um, but yes, I think that everything you said is great, right? Like you want to have that thing that sort of flips it on its ear, right? So it's like it has
your
your
signature, your
signature,
sign, your
your
taste.
signature.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think that comes from the like your themes, right? Like your like a lot of times like when people talk about writing being like therapeutic and writing being like you putting your heart on the page, you putting your soul on the page, like
Yeah.
what that means is you're not just taking like Superman's theme or
Hmm.
Batman's theme or like what
Hmm.
happened to them. You're taking what has happened to me
Yeah.
and how can I
100%.
transform this and put it in here. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Yep.
Um and I think that will make things feel different. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I agree.
Um
I agree.
so now I the next thing I wanted to talk about was your team. Um
Mm.
So one of the things that impressed me about when I was looking at your website was just the group of people that you have brought together. I mean, it was like I scrolled down, I thought it was gonna be like 3 people on there, and I scrolled down, it was like 15 people, and I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
where did he find all these people? Like, yo, um, and so I guess I just wanted to ask you, like, how important has it been to have that group, that community, that team, if you will.
Yeah.
And the second question to that is what are some keys or some tips to like finding like good quality people to collaborate with.
Oh yeah.
And real quick, did you want to bring your artist through, or you want to let her know, or
Oh
you want
man,
to
please.
is she here? I mean, you sent the
Is she,
link.
I think yeah. Hold on, message her.
Okay. Yeah, all right.
I just messaged her. So
All right,
yes.
cool, we'll see
So
what happens.
hopefully she shows up in the backstage.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so uh, yes, I was making a multiversal story. So every universe they're on, um, the mood is different. The color scale is different. The line art will be different.
Hmm.
So in doing that, I worked with different artists, um, and that was probably the coolest part of this. Probably the messiest, but also the coolest. Hello, Adeva. How are you? Are you able to hear us?
Hey, can you
Hello.
hear? Hey, how you
Hi.
doing?
Hello. Do you hear me?
Yeah, we
Yes.
can hear you. It's good to see you.
Uh, I feel very grateful to be with you right now, and I have been following the interview since the beginning, and I can say that it's very insightful, and I did like you both of you talking.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you. I appreciate that
well,
for sure, for sure.
and this is the
Um,
first time meeting you face to face. So good to meet you, Adeva.
That's the first
okay.
time.
Yeah.
That's the first time.
That's great. That's great. So did you want to finish what you're saying? Then we can
Yes, yes.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
it being a multiversal story, I wanted to work with different artists. I know in our space, we kind of it's very easy to fall into the same pool of artists, and everyone's amazing. So,
Right.
I made a conscious effort to sought out people that hadn't been worked with, and take a look, give it a shot, see how it go. And Adeva killed it with the pages. There's a Shada section
Mm-hmm.
in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the line art was gorgeous, and the pages just were amazing, just as the black and white. So
Yeah.
I was really happy that I was able to find her and work with her.
Thank
You're
you.
in Haiti right now, right?
Yes, right now I am currently in AD, my birth
Amazing,
country.
Okay.
amazing.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I was just speaking very highly of your work. So I wanted to make sure
Ah,
that
thank you.
put a
I
face
heard
Yeah.
to
that.
it. So hit up a diva whenever for that incredible line art.
Absolutely.
Thank
Absolutely.
you.
So, Ardeva, what's your favorite thing about collaborating with D, and not just D, but just any writer or anybody that you collaborate with? What do you enjoy about that process?
I think that it's the brainstorming process.
Mm,
Whether the person let me take charge or just give me direction, I just like it. And I think that my favorite part is when I do something and they say that's the right direction or that's exactly the thing they were looking for. I think that's it.
yeah, yeah,
Amazing.
that's great. No, that's great for sure. And that's key. That's key in comic books, right? Because as a writer, right, like you have your script, you have your concept, you have the way you see the story, but you want to give space for the illustrator, for the artist to say,
Hmm.
like when I write my scripts, the first thing I say is I write a little note, a little letter, and I say thank you so much for doing this with me. Everything you see here is suggestion, right? So you see these panels that I laid out. If you can think of a better way to do this, do it, right? And if it's something that is really important to me, we can talk about it. But other than that, this your world. You know what I'm saying? And so it's cool to
Amazing.
hear, that the collaboration between y'all is going well, and there's this synergy that you have. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
that's great. That's great. Um, let me see. I have a couple of more questions.
Of course.
Um, what's been the most difficult lesson, and both of you can take turns answering this question. What's been the most difficult lesson that you've had to learn on your creative journey?
Wow. Um. Oh man, it was more for me. It was more of an expectation um, uh, that wasn't like fulfilled. So I came
Mm,
off of uh, a fatherhood tale writing and came into the space, and I was hoping to meet like you know uh, everyone kind of having an idea of what to do next, like
yeah,
um, not really mentoring, but uh, the space having like kind of like a through line of what to do next,
right.
and not seeing that when I got on was like, oh man, like it's still we're still in like we're not in the golden era yet. Like it's
Yeah,
still we're still building up to that. That was a big one for me. That was like a big shock for me because
yeah.
I felt like, oh, everyone's been making comics for so long. We must I'm gonna get right in here. Everyone knows what to do. Everyone I'm gonna follow somebody else's path, and it's not like that at all.
Right, right.
So that was probably that was a big one that I'm like, oh, so like the paths are still being you know planned out and
Right,
drafted out, and everyone's kind of still there's no right way yet.
right, right.
That was probably a big one. That was probably a big one for me.
Yeah, for sure. How about you, Ardeva? Am I saying that right?
Um,
Ardeva? Ardeva?
Honestly, I don't mind, but I in French or in Asian Creole, it's Odva, but I know it's
Odva.
difficult to
Audva.
Oh
pronounce.
my
So
Okay, I'm
god.
sorry. I'm sorry. Audva.
no,
Audva.
that's fine.
Kill me
That's
now.
Okay.
fine.
I'm sorry.
I know that my name is very difficult to pronounce, so that's why I'm okay when somebody
Odva.
specifically some foreign say it the wrong way. So I'm fine. I'm
Okay.
I'm gonna
fine.
try to
Odva.
get it right
Um,
though. I'm gonna try to get it
I
right
gotta
though.
try.
So
You know what I'm saying? Odva.
yeah,
Odva.
Audva.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, and
Okay.
so for me, it's mostly about fallout between me and a collaborator, because I am not going to say that I handle conflict in a bad way, but I hate conflicts, especially when I am working with someone I know is a good person, and I am a
Mm,
very blessed person because most of my collaborators are sweet person, but unfortunately, sorry, fallout can happen, and it happened to me a couple of times because of some crisis I was going through, specifically because of the situation of my country, etc., etc. There are some things that you can't tell a client exactly. You can tell someone that I am in a difficult position because something is happening, at my house because of my country's political state. So I can't say that. So I just
Hmm.
maybe just push things out. And sometimes the person may think that I am maybe fooling them or something. So there can be fallout. And I can't really say the truth because I have to stay professional and I cannot be very mad at this person and I have to protect my integrity. So I'll say that's the worst experience I had in my field in so far. Sorry.
Oh
Gotcha.
goodness.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
I think I can relate to that. Just because I think that for all of us, there's always something that we're dealing with, right? And we may
Yes,
not
yes.
always want to share those things with, especially if it's just like a business relationship, right? And so you
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
kind of, right,
And
right,
sometimes you
right,
just can't. You just can't.
right. You just can't, right?
Because
Exactly,
that's your problem. You have to deal with it. You can't.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. For sure, for sure. I totally understand that for sure. So my last question, what is next? What is next for you? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Actually, I'm trying to build up a little illustration studio with my brother and a couple of friends because my brother is an illustrator too. My
Wow.
father illustrates. I have two brothers who basically, my family is an artist family, but it's only
I
the two
see.
of us who have. Thank you. It's only the two of us, my big brother and I, who have taken this path. We can say professionally. So
Wow.
I see myself in a studio. I mean, something we built for our community, maybe for 80, because we lack some structure here that can help younger people who would like to take this path. So maybe if we build something for them, the next generation will have a smoother path, I can say, in this field.
Nice,
I love
nice.
that.
How about for
That's
you,
great.
D?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, man, I probably have uh, three books in me. Maybe I want to dedicate a book to my mother, one to my daughter, and I know my wife wants to do some kids books, so I probably have a few books left. Uh, Probably a few books left in me for book wise.
Yeah.
Um, but I'd love to jump into vertical shorts. I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
Um, so still creating, but probably outside the visual graphic medium after that.
For sure. For sure. So Aldva, I'm not kicking you out, but if you need to go, if you need to bounce, you can go ahead and bounce. How you feeling? You good?
How you feeling?
I'm good. I'm
Okay,
good. Thank
cool.
you.
Okay, cool. So I got one more segment that I do. It's called the one. These are like rapid fire
Mhm.
questions. And so both of you can take turns answering these questions. Um,
Okay.
the first one is what's one book or comic book that you think everybody should read?
One comic.
Should it be
Hmm.
like something that already exists or something that you maybe be working on? Maybe.
Oh,
Hmm.
that's a good twist. It could be anything. It could be anything.
I think I'll go first. Then
Yeah,
I'll
go
go
ahead.
first.
Okay.
So I'm going to choose a comic I am actually working on because it's the easiest response for me because it's the only example I have in my head right now for
Okay.
this question, and because of the maybe the mood surrounding this comic. Sorry, I am a French person and I'm a Creole Asian Creole person talking French, so you see my English is a little
Your English
You
is
shaky.
good.
good.
So
You
sorry.
good. You good.
Sorry. Okay, so the comic I am actually working on right now is called Nilu, and it's a comic about girls. I mean, village girls in time of war, where men are maybe out of war or maybe killed because of war, and they have to protect themselves against
Mm,
the enemy. You know, they are
Wow.
just village girl. They are no superwomen. They are not superheroes. They are just girls, and I think that the weapon is in arc, a bow, sorry, and a bow and owl. So
Wow.
mostly like yes, I am working on this story. Why I say that is something. I mean, a book that everybody should read because of the I can say politics surrounding the book. It's about resistance. I can say little
Resistance.
people defending themselves. I remember when I take this project, it was maybe last year, if I remember correctly. It when the person just I contacted the person about the person posted a note on Facebook, I think, and said that he was looking for an illustrator, and I said okay, I wanted to know more about the book. And when he gave me its pitch, I felt it to my bones. Why? Because
Mm,
in Haiti we were facing a situation maybe like a similar, maybe with gang attacking, etc. People vulnerable, police not able to do anything about it. And I said that if people were very really able to defend themselves, maybe that would be great. And I said that maybe people are just fearing to do a move because they think they don't have the courage inside of them to do something.
Mm.
That's why this book told to me, and that's why I said that maybe if someone can say can see a superhero, an hero who is not super, just a normal person who is fighting for their life with the little resources they have around them. Maybe this can inspire people to say that okay, I can do a change, I can do a move, and I can do something for my community. I
yeah,
hope
I
yeah,
love
people.
that.
that's
And you said
great.
it's called Nilu?
Nilo, I think that they have a Facebook page, but the books are not out yet. I
Okay.
think they have like 5 chapters. They
Oh, wow.
the people are working on right now. But I think that I would be happy to share them with you, and when they are
Yeah,
Please.
I need to know
Yeah.
about that. I need to know about that for sure. Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that. D, how about you?
Oh, man. Shoot, how do you follow that?
Right. Anything you
Uh,
say now.
yeah, that's it. It's a wrap. Um, man, there was this book from Peta Comics called Olauju that I really liked. Really different. It's about ancient Igbo ancestry um, and like mythology around it. It's from Peta Comics. It's probably one of my favorite projects from that studio.
What's
So
it called?
really like Olauju. So Olaju.
Oh, okay, okay.
Um, yeah. So really cool, gorgeous work. I worked with one of the colorists before. Um, yeah, it's about like the species that were on Earth before human beings, and what led to life being started. It's like based on an Igbo mythology. So I
Yeah.
love that one. Yeah,
Yeah, that
that's
sounds
pretty cool.
great. What's one piece of advice you would give your younger self?
Hmm. What do you think?
can I go first?
You can.
Please,
Yes, I would have told my younger self to just get this book out already. Don't wait for
Yeah.
because even now it's not real. I have many ideas. I am more of an illustrator than a writer, but I do like to write sometimes. And I have a lot of stories, and every time I say, okay, I'll do it maybe next year or maybe in 5 years, etc. And still now my book is not out. I will tell my
uh,
younger self, get this book out.
I love that. I love
For
that.
sure. For sure.
Yeah. For me, my younger self, I would say, yes, I would don't look for uh, some higher. Don't look for like what's the word? Not validation. Don't look. Don't think that you haven't reached that maturity yet. I think
Mm,
don't feel like you haven't hit it already.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
don't feel like you haven't not peaked, but that you're not already in that upper echelon when it comes
Yeah.
to storytelling.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
probably
him.
what I would.
You're
Yeah,
him.
that's, you're him. You know what I'm saying?
For
You're him
sure.
already.
For sure. For sure. Um, what is what's one word you would want to describe your legacy?
I love that
It will be hope for me.
You said
Hope.
hope.
Yes.
That's a
Ah,
great one.
freaking beautiful. What do I supposed to say? You don't get to go first anymore. I go first from now on.
Okay, that's fine.
Disruptive.
Okay. Okay.
Mm.
It's not as good as hope, but we'll take it.
Yeah,
We'll take
yeah. I'll take it. I'll take it.
It's not a competition. It's
I'll
not a
take it.
competition.
I'll
Says
take
the
it.
winner. Says the winner. Of course, the winner said that. Okay. Uh, what is one thing that you would change about your creative journey?
Oh, you can go first because I don't see anything yet.
Sure. So you can beat me after I say something.
Right.
Uh,
Right.
I would say this happened actually came from a fan of mine for Kingdom Come. They said that I did not respect the product. And respect the product means the how you roll it out. So someone came to me, messaged me that like this is incredible. What are you doing to get it out? I'm like, what do you mean? I made it. Like, go buy it. Tell your
Mm,
friends. I thought that's what I did my part. So the way he described it is that I didn't. It's like I didn't respect what I made by not giving
wow.
it a grand rollout.
Wow.
Which sat with me, and I was like, man, what do you like? So I guess respect what you made by giving it its shot and its shot on to be as exposed as possible.
Can
Yeah,
I borrow his
see you
answer?
top that, Audra. See.
Oh, can I borrow his answer because I like it? Yes, I will go with the same path as him because I will say shyness. I am a very shy person. I really don't like to talk a lot. And if I could just hide my head under a pillow and just let money and my creativity flow around me, I would be the happiest person in the world.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, because of the shyness, I can say that I have missed a lot of
Mm,
opportunities to work on bigger project, opportunities to maybe travel more, and I am conscious of that. And I said that maybe if I can just go back and change that, I will try to because I am still shy, and it's not because I am aware of the shyness that I say that okay I get the motivation to get rid of it, unfortunately. But I think that maybe I will have made more effort to be, I don't know, split a personality and see how I can make this work.
yeah.
It's a
I
good
just
one.
I just want to say that is really sitting with me, like because I think about the reframe, like I think about marketing, and I think
Mm,
about
Hmm.
you create a book. So like I created Scarlet Ranger,
yeah.
and I will go days, weeks, months without telling anybody about Scarlet Ranger,
Yeah.
and it's like, yo, I don't respect the product.
Respect the
If I
product.
respect the
Exactly.
product enough,
Yep.
then I'm gonna tell people, yo, I made this thing.
I know.
That's sitting with me right now. Like
I
that is
It messed me
sitting
up.
with me.
It messed me
Yeah.
up.
Wow. Wow, that is really sitting with me right now. I'm
So
sorry,
we
y'all
have the
got me.
same problem. All of us
Y'all
have the
got me
same
on one.
problem.
Yeah. Okay, my last question. What's one thing that you want everyone that hears this or sees this to take away from this conversation?
You can go first because I
Mm-hmm.
have to
Yeah. I'm
think
sitting with
about
that.
it.
Um, I think yeah, I love even just this. I think there's a lot of power in collaborating, and inspiring to make whatever you're making distinct enough from the concept so it stands on its own. So yeah, go out there, inspire wherever you can, and go where you inspire, not where you're fit in. Don't go where you fit in. Go where you inspire. So
Mm,
yeah,
that's good, D.
but
That's
I did
good,
that.
bro.
See what I
That's
did there?
tough. He put
End
the
it.
pressure on you, old but he
I
put the
put the
pressure
talk.
on
I don't
you.
even talk. Just end it. Just
And
end it.
I'm anxious. I am anxious. So I will say on the same word as Ajayi. I said that right?
Yes, nailed it. Perfect.
Thank you, thank you. It's pronounceable in French and Creole, so that was a mistake for me.
Now you're showing off.
so, so I will just add. I will say exactly the same line he said, and just add that black representation matters, yes, but
Mm,
there are people working hard to put that representation online. Like the three of us, we are working hard because it's not enough to say we need representation. We need to have people who are working to put that representation out for the world. And I will say that yes, black representation matter, and we as black people we are working to push ourselves out for the world.
Awesome.
man, that's great. That's great.
Some, what is this?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say. Thank y'all so much for being here tonight.
Oh, come on. Thank
This has
you.
been an incredible
Thank you,
conversation.
sir.
Oliver, I am sort of upset that you wasn't here from the beginning because you have said such great things and had such great insight. Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom and your thoughts. D, thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for being
100%.
open and sharing and just talking through your process. And for me, it's been an incredible conversation. So I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much, and nothing but blessings and life on all of y'all's endeavors.
Thank you.
Um, to the viewers, to the people watching, thank y'all so much for tuning in. I hope this was as good for you as it was for me. Don't forget to like this, subscribe to the channel, share this with somebody. And if you want to support, you can buy me a coffee. The link is scrolling down at the bottom. Also, in the description or the show notes of this video, shatasverse.com is in there. You could definitely check out their work. You can see what they're working on and how that world is shaping up. I think that's it. Thank y'all so much for being here. And I'm going to see y'all soon. Love y'all. Peace.
All right. Thank you.
Thank
Let's
you.
go.
Thank you.
And